Hey, this is my longtime friend Rick DaSilva, who is involved in the Oakland Downtown Business Improvement District, and which has just been approved by City Council. Your thoughts?
Well, actually, and we are longtime friends.
Yes.
I'm involved with the Chinatown Chamber,
Yes.
and so I'm currently serving as the president this year of the Chinatown Chamber. And Chinatown is a neighborhood that has, historically received pressure from many sides over many years and for many reasons. And if you look at the map of Chinatown, it has grown and shrunk, and now it's grown again. And we've been concerned about encroachment again, and this time from folks that we like. The bid, which is actually doing really positive things downtown, something we want to emulate in Chinatown because we're dealing with those same issues on the street. And what we did today, I think, was great with the help of Councilmember Guillen and McElhaney and Kaplan and all the others and city staff, getting an understanding that what we have going forward is a partnership between the downtown bid and what we will hopefully have as a future Chinatown bid, that we can work together over the next decade, really, and until Chinatown is in a position to operate its own bid, at which time those properties that are currently included in the current map that are clearly in Chinatown and that we had concerns about will be included in a future Chinatown district map. And then once we got that assurance, we knew we had an ally. And once we got the assurances that they would work with us and help us and teach us how to create our own bid, and a successful one, we got the assurances that we needed to really support this with enthusiasm and with excitement.
Viewers who may not know what a business improvement district does, what this one does.
So this is actually an existing district, and something that has happened over 10 years. It needs to be renewed, and the current renewal proposed an expansion of the bid, something that a lot of people, including myself personally, really liked. The concerns we had were primarily that this bid, as it grew, appeared to carve out certain properties that were, I think, very clearly Chinatown properties, and put that in the downtown bid.
And for someone who may not know what it does, what does it do?
So it allows an assessment on the property owners, and so because it's on each parcel, condominium projects and such are pretty attractive. So there were several projects that we consider Chinatown buildings that were included in this map that we wouldn't, as I said, we weren't concerned about the present as much as the future. We weren't in a position to do anything about them now. But when we do have a bid, having those assets back in Chinatown will be really critical to our ability to underwrite a successful bid program and operate the ambassadors and the security and the safety and the marketing that it needs, but in a way that I think is unique to Chinatown for cultural reasons, for language reasons, for any number of reasons. So we want to have this cooperative, even synergistic relationship with the downtown bid, but in a way that also acknowledges and recognizes the unique cultural attributes of Chinatown's businesses and residents.
How's Chinatown doing?
Chinatown is doing okay. I took a look at some of the property tax, not property tax, sales tax information, and Oakland is changing, and neighborhoods that may have been
How's the minimum wage impacted?
not in a great way. Minimum wage, I think, helps large corporations. They have the ability to absorb the difference pretty easily. It's the small mom and pop businesses, several in Chinatown that have closed down or released staff or reduced hours. They just don't have that capacity to absorb the increase. And so as much as I appreciate the cost of living here, in some ways it almost seems biased and unintentionally biased in favor of those large corporations.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. And
I'm going to add to that, folks. The problem is that for people who run their businesses who are small, like I'm a small business, you don't have a finite amount of income to spend to pay people, and so when you're forced to raise your base level of pay to someone, it's harder for you to make ends meet, to generate a good net operating income, revenue over expenses. And I know people say, well, that's corporate stuff, but look, that also produces jobs. And until we figure out another situation, we're kind of stuck with that, huh, Rick? What do you think?
Right, and in an urban ethnic community like Chinatown, a place that has historically been a landing pad for immigrants, that's important.
Yeah.
Right? We have people coming into Chinatown. These are not the graduates of the University of Taiwan who have a doctorate in computer engineering and immigrate to the United States and move to Hillsborough and get a job at Oracle. These are people who are coming in with limited education, limited skills, and limited ability to participate, because of language and cultural differences. Chinatown needs to be there for them.
Right.
The concern is that as Oakland changes, that may not always be the case. And so that, I think, is one of the most important charges of the chamber, is to make sure that these small businesses are protected, these small businesses in Chinatown that create opportunities for immigrants.
Hey, thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Zach. Good to